Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Comic Edition Shockwave. That's it. That's the whole name. It's so short. It's so nice. It makes me feel so warm and fuzzy all over. And here, normally I don't look at the packaging, but the packaging here is important. We've got the box that has the cover of the original Transformers G1 comic issue, where Shockwave made his iconic experience. The Transformers are all dead. Great issue, great cover. I mean, it's been memed all over the place. 40-year anniversary of Transformers. And if we open things up, well, I already took Shockwave out of the packaging, but he'd be nestled up here. I'll put a picture up of how he looks from my short. Yeah, it's super cute. We're going to get rid of it because here is what we care about. Starting out, we have this alternate Optimus Prime head. It does have a cool little stand. But it also is a ball joint, so you can stick it on Optimus Primes. Let's get that in cut. I think it's a nice little comic accurate like head sculpt. The fins feel a little higher, that sort of thing. I dig it. But I'm not super, that's fine. But to me, that's just like extra bits. The real reason we care about this thing is because we have a Voyager class Shockwave in a lighter purple. This is the SIEGE Shockwave mold without the extra parts that they use to try and justify a leader class price point. Out of the box, this hole was a little over, it was a little over large. I ended up putting some future floor polish in it to get it to hold this hose in. But other than that, no other complaints. I mean, it is a nice little Voyager. I'd say even for a Voyager, it's a little undersized and it's simple, but it does look really good. I really like it's not practical for a space battleship, but it is really neat. This idea of this massive beam cannon up front, the elevated space bridge, very 80s shading, comic and anime lines. I really like the paint apps, the way they heighten out the shadows, and they go against kind of this greeble detail that's on them. I dig it a lot. I do want to compare things. This is my Shockwave, so we can kind of see the difference here, what we're talking about in mass. I mean, it was a lot of extra parts that were strapped onto this thing. I mean, we did get extra cannons, a lot of extra cannons, a lot of extra cannons. I don't know. I have a lot of nostalgia for this. Maybe not nostalgia is the right word, but I like what they were doing with this original SIEGE Shockwave toy. The only thing I didn't really like about it was the battle damage. I think other fans really didn't engage with the extra bits play pattern, but for me it is part of the appeal of the figure. So getting this version, it does kind of lighten that appeal a little bit for me, but I recognize for fans that just wanted a classic looking Shockwave, this is more their speed. We will talk about price, but first we're going to do a super quick transformation. We've done this transformation before, but it's so short I don't even know if I need to fast forward. We're just going to do our best, get this hose off here, open things up, and then there, open up these legs, flipping these pieces down and closing that up. Same thing over here. I was reminded how simple this transformation was when I recorded it for the short. I was like, oh yeah, there's not a lot going on here. Open this up. He's just kind of laying flat with his legs compressed in robot mode. We can stick this hose here. We can close this up, tab that in, open this, get that head out. And here we've got Shockwave in his robot mode. And I will say, it is just as good as I remember. It is a very distinct silhouette. I realize I turned his whole waist around instead of just his knees. There we go. Again, the shading really helps out. I mean, we've got the same colors as before, a little more gray because his thighs are showing. I do think I would have liked this black shading to exist on the thighs. That would have been a big plus, maybe even on his pink hand and gun. All the same classic SIEGE Shockwave articulation, highly articulated figure. Really the only joints that I think it is missing, and it's not missing them by modern Transformers standards, it's just would have been cool. If this was a double joint so we could curl his leg, if this was a double joint so he could move his bicep all the way up, and then these, we have butterfly joints up if these were universal joints, so it could also butterfly forward, and then maybe some sort of ab crunch. Other than that, I mean, there is a lot of expression in that mono eye, especially because we have it painted partially black. It just accentuates things. I like the yellow painted eye. It's brighter than a yellow, like transparent, light piping eye. The mono boob looks good. We've got this kind of speckled pattern over here representing like comic dot matrixing, like printing is really, really neat. I don't know. He just looks awesome. And I think because I like Shockwave so much, it's easy to forgive whatever faults this mold has, because this is a Shockwave and it's cheaper, right? This, comparing the two, this plus the extra parts was a liter. So if a liter was released in this day and age, it would be $55. Now it's, this is $40, which is what a Voyager is. So you're basically getting this Shockwave plus this little head thing for the price. That's just added on to the Shockwave. I think if this had released at Siege, right, it would have been like $35. So is this little build worth $5? That's a little tough, but I think with the extra paint, it hits it. For a value perspective, I think this fits nicely for the value. I think the question is just, what Shockwave do you want? Like I'm gonna keep this one on my shelf because I do like all these extra. Like I like his dumb little platform shoes. I like his extra arms. It just, to me, the idea of a scientist who like views everything in this cold robotic logic, just being like, yeah, I'll upgrade my body, of course, just makes a lot of sense to me. So having those like extra parts does a lot for the play pattern that I envision with this toy, even if it's not like, the most value for being as accurate as possible. I will say I like these colors a lot better. It's an easy recommendation for me. This for $40, I think it's a great box set. You could obviously store him in here like so. Put our little Optimus Prime head in there, close things up. And in fact, that is how I'm going to store him. I'm going to put some wrap in there, some bubble tape, and then put some stuff around it. But this is how I'm going to store Shockwave when I ship him out to the winner of this week's giveaway. That's right. Today is a giveaway video. This is my Shockwave. Actually, I've got a bunch of Shockwaves. Okay, I'm going to talk real quick about my personal headcanon for Shockwave, and then we'll do the giveaway. I like Shockwave being like just a robot's robot, as robot-y as robot could be possible. It makes sense to me that this, like, he's not super attached to his body. He is totally down to decentralize. And in fact, my canon for Shockwave is that he has distributed his brain and mind amongst a network of bodies. So I have like almost every Shockwave toy, and on my collection, like I have one of every character, but for Shockwave, he has created the Shockwave Armada, which is this fleet that goes around the stars, spreading his version of the Decepticon ideology, conquering planets, doing all this stuff. And like this is like his main flagship amongst the Armada. That is my version of Shockwave. For this version of Shockwave, if you want to win him, here's my question. What is your not canon fan version of your favorite Transformers lore? What is like, just like my Shockwave, what is a character that you really like, and how do you, in your mind, are they different than the version that has been on the printed page or the screen, wherever? Just share that story with me. I'm super curious to hear like, oh, my version of this character is really like this. I'm really curious about that. If you haven't entered my giveaways before, what I do is on a Saturday, I announce the giveaway right here. That's being announced. Then next Saturday, I will announce the winner. You have up until the Friday before I announce it, so 6 days to submit. You go down in the comments, answer my question of the day again. What is your favorite Transformers fanon that you have about a character? Go down, say you want to enter the giveaway, respond in the comments, and then on 6 days from today, when this video comes out on that Friday, I'll go through, I'll read them all, I'll respond, I will give hearts to whoever has entered the giveaway so I can keep track, and then I'll randomly draw a winner. And then you reach out to me on whatever social media, and we'll get Shockwave boxed up and shipped out as soon as we can. And that's it. Short video. Shockwave's awesome. Easy. 40 bucks. Great. I'm not going to hold on to them. I know these are going to form a cool page with Grimlock and the others. I think that's neat, but I don't need to demonstrate it in the review. It's just cool. And that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.